America was for over a century the dominant industrial leader in the world, and we still are. But we've got 9% unemployment. We lost 8 million jobs over the last decade. The middle class, working Americans, have been stuck in the mud. We're not as dominant as we once were. And very frankly, we've lost manufacturing jobs.
Well, it has had a tremendous impact on livelihoods of many, many Americans. They lost their purchasing power. Many people were thrown out of the middle class, and unfortunately, many of those jobs, as we know, went overseas. So it has had, in my opinion, a negative impact on the prosperity of our country.
I used to work for a company. I was with them for 16 years, and they relocated. It affected my father when the textile industry moved overseas. He was spent his whole life doing that. As far as my community, a lot of people are having to relocate because we do not have any jobs in my community.
A lot of people come right now during this recession looking for jobs, and I can't give these young people the opportunity that we used to. I don't see how you can raise a family on $20,000, $30,000 a year. It's impossible. It's impossible.
If we see our country drift into a country of low-wage jobs, the American dream goes with that income.
We discussed with literally thousands of Americans ways and means over the particularly course of this deep recession that we've just experienced, and say, how can we reinvigorate our economy? How can we grow manufacturing jobs? How can we make sure that working families have the kind of future that they want? As a result, we have pursued what we call the Make It in America agenda. And everybody knows what make it means: succeed, win. And it also means make it in America, manufacture it, grow it, and sell it around the world and here at home, creating that environment that will give the working men and women of this country the kind of good jobs with good pay and good benefits we want them to have.
Corporations and industries are not going to locate in a community unless there is sufficient infrastructure. What I mean by infrastructure would be a good water system, a good sewer system, a good wastewater system, recreational opportunities, a good school system. The American people are talking about it, and now we need to do something about it with public policy.
All over this country, we are seeing, because of deferred maintenance, a crumbling of our infrastructure. Repairing streets, building high-speed rail, fixing our mass transit systems, fixing our water and sewer systems that are crumbling. And people are ready to do that. We have the skilled workers. We have the greatest workers in the world right here in the United States that are ready to go to work every day and rebuild our country to make it the America that we want it to be, we need it to be, in order to compete globally.
We need to plan for the workforce of the future. We need to modernize our schools. Close to 60% of the schools in America are older than 50 years old. We need to make sure that apprenticeship programs come back. We need to make sure that kids can get into community college and learn for the kind of skills they need. I'll give you an example. We attracted a Spanish windmill manufacturer to Pennsylvania in an abandoned steel facility. We made sure that those workers got the training to build those wind turbines. Now we've got 1,000 workers with high skills making wind turbines for a Gamesa Spanish wind company, but we're doing that in Pennsylvania.
You need technicians, you need people who can operate computers, you need math science backgrounds, you need to have people that are in the STEM industries. I think we need to make more investments to help us build up and recreate that base. And I see that those jobs are, in some instances, pay even better than some of the jobs that require, say, a 4-year or an advanced degree.
How you differentiate yourself is with leveraging technology in a global arena. I really believe that the applied science approach to a college education so that people have some hands-on experience as well as the theory is critical for a company like ours. And I think that's not unusual for the manufacturing base.
We see international competitors like China. They built 100 science-only universities in the last 5 years, where we're talking about cutting back on the aspirations of our young people. I have a high school in my district that just won the Green Grand Prix. This is a neighborhood high school with a budget of under $100,000. They built a car that competes with one of the leading manufacturers in the world. In the young people in our country, we have great ability. And what we need to do is invest in their education and science, technology, engineering, math. These are critical skill areas, both for our economic prosperity, but also for national security.
Well, American competitiveness depends upon the world perceiving that we continue to lead in innovation and in the quality of the products that we manufacture here. We can't stop leading the world in innovation just because we're facing challenging economic times. We need to invest in education, we need to invest in research and development, we need to continue to provide incentives to companies to do great things and lead the world to our doorsteps.
The priority investments in the Make It in America agenda are in innovation, research and development, particularly along the lines of energy needs, and definitely having the solid education base so that they have the skilled workers that they're going to need for these manufacturing jobs.
One thing people miss when we talk about manufacturing going abroad is the expertise that goes with it. And a lot of these skills take years to acquire. When those skills leave the United States, what happens is we lose the expertise to continue that manufacturing in the future, even if it were to come back. So it's not just the industry leaving, it's the technical expertise that can also have a long-term impact.
If we let manufacturing go, the innovation will follow it. And if you look at how both other companies are behaving, how corporations are behaving, if they relocate their manufacturing operations slowly over time, their R&D and their innovation will go with it. There is a feedback loop that happens when companies make things that feeds back into their ability to innovate.
Well, one of the benefits of doing it here in America is that we're able to control every bit of the process, from inception all the way to the design, prototype, and manufacturing.
We're making it in America. We're not just making it here at GEM, and even not just here in Maryland. We're buying steel from Ohio, it's getting machined in Connecticut, printed circuit boards from Pennsylvania. We are providing revenue opportunities for other companies as well, and that's a great thing to be a part of.
It's a focus on restoring pride in America, pride in the things we build, and pride in the workers who build these products.
You know, we were involved in that Chilean mine rescue in 2010, and the reason we were there was because our customers buy our equipment, and when they called for rigs to come to the site, of the 7 rigs that arrived, 4 of them were SRAMs.
They were saying it was going to be 3-4 months before these men got out of the earth. In 33 days, we dug a hole to bring those miners up out of the ground. What a great sense of pride. We build this, we make this, you know, wow. Something that we have done is impacting the world. We made history.
We are not helpless again in this economic crisis that we're in. That's what Make It in America really says. We are not helpless. These are concrete, proven kinds of proposals that can actually put America back to work if we have the will and the political will to really make it happen.
Manufacturing jobs expand the economy. When the economy is expanding, working men and women in this country have a better quality of life, better opportunities, and a greater sense that their country is headed in the right direction and that their lives are going to be better in the future. That's what this means for the average working family in America. That's why we're pursuing it so vigorously. We believe that together we can make it in America. Not only that, we believe we will make it in America.